Wow. Matt Rule, Dana Holgerson. I'm Spencer G. from Slaughterhouse Sports. Dana Holgerson has come in the last, I'm going to say 2 weeks. And this program of Nebraska, the offense, Matt Rule has completely handed over his program and the offensive side to one Dana Holgerson. I mean, with this hire of Daikel Shorts and the removal of Garrett McGuire, this is Matt Rule succumbing to Dana Holgerson and his request on the offensive side of the football. I mean, Matt Rule let go of Garrett McGuire, who Matt Rule has known Coach Joey McGuire in Baylor for the last 7 or 8 years. They're incredibly close. It's very awkward to have to let go of a colleague and especially a son of a dear friend. So it runs even deeper than just a working relationship. And, Terrence Knighton, another Matt Rule guy, is out of the building. And now Dana Holgerson's coming in here. And I give Matt Rule a lot of credit because Matt Rule has to sit back and he has to swallow a lot of ego and pride. He had to, I wonder if Troy Dannon's maybe in his ear. He had to say to Marcus Satterfield, listen, I'm so sorry, but Marcus, you can't run offense anymore. And then I think he's known Dana Holgerson. I don't know how tight these guys are, Dana and Matt Rule. But now Matt Rule is really, really entrusting Dana with this show. I mean, this move of Daikel Shorts Jr. as the wide receiver coach, it signals the passing of the torch from a Matt Rule-led offense, the Marcus Satterfield, the Garrett McGuire, the Matt Rule style, Terrence Knighton, Evan Cooper. These guys are all gone now. I mean, and this is totally turning into a Dana Holgerson. This is Dana Holgerson 2.0, guys. This is going to be very, very entertaining. Daikel Shorts, very good wide receiver coach. He helped coach up Tank Dell when he was with Houston. He's known Dana Holgerson since he was 18 years old. I mean, he committed to play at West Virginia with Dana Holgerson. So this makes Dana Holgerson also feel more comfortable because now Daikel Shorts is probably incredibly close to Dana Holgerson because Dana Holgerson hired him at Houston, and they did well together at Houston. I mean, Tank Dell was a player out of Fort Lauderdale, probably a 2-star recruit, 5'8". Nobody thought a lot of Tank Dell. And what went on with Tank Dell is he went on to have one of the most prolific careers in Houston Cougar football history. And then he went on to the NFL, and he's doing really solid work with the Houston Texans. So it was tough for Dana and Daikel Shorts to change conferences from the American and step up in competition to the Big 12. And it was quite an adjustment. Now, I will say, I think Daikel's the first to acknowledge that last year at Kentucky was not a successful offensive season. And he didn't really, Daikel Shorts thought that he was going to be working with Liam Cohen. And Liam Cohen is the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Bucks. And Liam Cohen is incredibly skilled. I mean, Liam Cohen, helped Will Levis really. Will Levis at Kentucky was made into an NFL quarterback under Liam Cohen's watch. And now you look at the work that Baker Mayfield's doing and playing great without Mike Evans and also Chris Godwin. I say all of this to say that Daikel Shorts basically went from Houston to Lexington because he wanted SEC experience, but also he was assuming that Liam Cohen would stay in Lexington. Instead, Liam Cohen ended up going to the NFL, and it has been a huge loss for Kentucky because then they hire Bush Hamden. Then they take another chance on a quarterback who played no football at all, and Brock Vandergriff, who was just a 5-star recruit, but they fought that the pedigree, the 5-star, and it's been a mess offensively at Kentucky this year. They've had to go through different quarterbacks, and Daikel hasn't even gotten a chance to recruit the wide receivers. So it was a short-lived stay at Kentucky, but I believe that now you get a quarterback in Dylan Raiola that I would take over any quarterback on Kentucky's roster, and I believe that it could be successful. And I give Matt Rule credit again for saying, like, Dana, I'm not going to micromanage you and the hires. I'm going to allow you and Daikel to create the offense that you created at West Virginia, to mold the offense that you had at Houston. And this really signifies, again, the Dana Holgerson era at Nebraska is upon us, guys. It's here. The offense is here. And in the last 48 hours, Garrett McGuire gone. Dana Holgerson made the official offensive coordinator. And in less than 24 hours later, Matt Rule hires somebody that probably Matt Rule and Daikel Shorts have probably never. I mean, I know that Daikel is from the Philadelphia area, but it's just Matt Rule, like Daikel Shorts and Matt Rule, I don't think that they've had a long-term working relation. I don't think that they've had a lot of discussions. And I guess with signing day upon us, Matt Rule was just like, okay. It's a quick hire, I'll say that. Very quick hire to remove one coach and hire another coach. But it entrusts Dana Holgerson. And I like Daikel Shorts. I think for Dana Holgerson to hire Daikel Shorts as a wide receiver coach right out of West Virginia speaks volumes to the character of Daikel. Like Dana was probably like, Daikel's, I'm so tight with Daikel, and he's probably one of my favorite players that I've ever had to coach. And that bond is really strong. And I'm so excited to see, Daikel Shorts now. Because also, Shorts has been in Houston. He's been he grew up in Philadelphia. He played football in Morgantown. So he has relationships in a lot of recruiting areas, not just the Midwest, not just the South, but also the Northeast. So this is really a change. And I think that it was, I do think it was needed because Garrett McGuire just wasn't getting the job done. They paid a lot of money for Isaiah Nayor and Jamal Banks, and those guys regressed throughout the year. And Garrett's a very young coach, but I think that Daikel Shorts is even more experienced. He is more experienced than Garrett McGuire, and I think that he can do a really nice job with Dana. This is going to be Dana's offense now, and we're going to fully see the Holgerson experience at Nebraska. So I think it's a pretty good move by Matt Rule. I think that now him and Dana, Dana's fully getting into this thing, and there's no going back now. Dana's going to be the offensive coordinator, and I like that. And Holgerson could just worry about offensive football. He doesn't need to worry about administration. He doesn't need to worry about changing conferences. He doesn't need to go on the road and recruit any defensive players. He could just focus on half of what he had to do as a head coach. And you see some coaches are unbelievable at coordinators, and Dana was even a decent head coach too. So, boy, guys, what a couple of days in Nebraska.